And you doing it? How y'all doing it? There, I'm back. I'm back again. Look, I said I was gonna read. I was gonna read into. I finished the book. I'm gonna read till I finish the book. I'm gonna read till I finish the book. And this particular book here is it's called Holy Tablets. It's a good book. It's a book that was written by Dr. Malachi Z. York, right? And it's something that you should know, something to pass on. Um, we into now uh, tablet 8 of chapter 1. Chapter 8 of 1. And it says, begin all things by Sir El Kalum. Begin all acts and thinker by using El Kalum, the all. El Kalum means the all. So is many things. It goes from your Bible, right? And then it explains to you how your Bible got here and how the people who knew about the Bible, what they did and what they said. And a lot of what they said wasn't right. It wasn't the best. So I'm going to read this. It says, Tablet 8, Life Forms of Tamet, Earth. The word Tamet is Earth. 19 times 4, 76. Lo, your planet called Earth is within the 18th galaxy called the Milky Way, which has millions of stars and lights from the planet called Earth. It will take 30,000 years to go from the Earth through the Milky Way. The Milky Way is inside of the universe and is a very minute. The light from the sun comes to Earth. Light travels from the sun in 4 minutes. Your universe contains 19 galaxies that are 1 billion other galaxies. The distance in your universe reaches up to 26 billion light years. Your universe is the smallest and innermost of the 7 universes which are part of the Galactical Federation of 19 galaxies. As the universe increases, the universe gets larger and larger. Your mind cannot comprehend the circumference of the universe. It is unimaginable to you. The word that best describes it is infinity. My child, for a time it was hard for you to understand the very beginning of your existence. It was difficult for you to accept that you were made to evolve from intellect, amoeba, and fungi. However, this was your beginning, a beginning unknown to humans. Thus, as you read this tablet, you shall have a great understanding of how you became who and what you are today. The first kind of life forms on the planet Earth was evolution of the amoeba, the fungi, and the algae that lived underwater and evolved into land. Early Earth was composed of gases, ammonia and methane, in addition to water, which is H2O. The cooling of the Earth and the subsequent falling of the vapor rings allowed the gases to reach the waters upon the Earth. The exposure of ultraviolet rays from the sun caused these gases to form simple organic molecules. These beings to form larger molecules until protein was formed. It was this formation which ultimately resulted in the prototype of the living cell, which occurred 4 and 6 billion years ago. Bear in mind that these chain reactions did not occur by chance, but only by the will of the Most High, Anu. The stage after creation of the first cell in the lab of Shrimti, which is located on Lamu Mars. The cell or cells were then placed inside the Vulcan deity, the dolphin. It was these cells that was transplanted and transported into the seeds of the planet. The transportation involved the development of the first animals 20 and 4 billion years ago. These were the single-cell organism called protozoa. The simplest of this group is the amoeba, a small mass of transparent protoplasm, which does not even have a definite shape nor a cell wall. The first single-cell animal to originate was the amoeba, which are found in water or moist soil and produce asexually. This means that they reproduce alone. They don't need a partner. Fungus across from this single cell organism and played an important role in nature. They break down the bodies of dead organisms into chemical substance that they can use by other organisms. Fungi live as parasites and reproduce either sexually or asexually. The simplest part of life is a quark, of which atoms are composed. The atom is the smallest unit of an element that retain all of its elements' property. All things are made of atoms, which are composed of quarks. It is the smallest part of the substance. This is called quantum physics, my child. It's too small to be seen even with the most powerful electron microscope. Yet all that is in parts and is part of the existence. The average diameter of an atom is approximately 100 millionth of an inch. At the center of an atom is a smaller particle called a quark, the father of energy. There is the nucleus, a dense cluster of protons and neutrons on the outside of the quark. Together, the protons, P, which have a positive charge, and neutrons, N, which have no charge, are called nucleons. Outside, spinning around the nucleus in orbitals, or electrons, which have negative charge that makes up what is called the shell of the atom. All atoms vary in the amount of protons and electrons and neutrons according to the elements to which they belong. In reality, no atom has a definite size in space and time. However, it gets its form from its surrounding electrons. Atoms are building blocks from which molecules are made. A molecule is the smallest unit of a pure substance that can exist independently and exhibit all the properties of the substance: carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, and sulfur. These gases form into single organic molecules, at which time these organic molecules begin to form larger and larger molecules until protein was formed. Listen, my child, concerning the recreation of the planet Earth. It was this formation which ultimately result in the prototype of the living organism. The stage after the creation of the first cell involved the development of the first animals, which is called protozoa, which comes from the Greek proto, meaning first in time, and zoa from zoea, meaning animals. When reproducing, the protozoa splits into two separate animals or cells. Over a period of 19 million Earth years of time, these animals multiplied and diversified and evolved into many types of creatures and animal-like forms. The protozoa were originally transported and planted here on the planet Earth by these beings from the planet Ritz, the Anunnaki called the Elohim. And don't forget, my child, the conditions of your planet had to be right. The first atoms were made up of very simple combinations with each other. But sunlight contains energy, and this energy forced the atoms into some more complicated combinations until small cells form. This also happened on many other planets with the same chemicals and temperatures. So there is life on many other planets. The key is bacteria. There are intelligent bacteria that help Earthlings digest their food and many other positive things. There are also intelligent bacteria that hurt Earthlings. Intelligent bacteria do things such as make you sick and cause disease in humans, animals, and plants. In humans, they cause diseases such as syphilis, leprosy, pneumonia, just to name a few. Most of these came to this planet from other planets, some of which are in your solar system and others that are far beyond your knowledge. You shall have knowledge, for in this tablets are facts beyond any doubt. Like many other simple organisms, bacteria can multiply asexually, reproduction, or by binary fission. This occurs when the nucleus of one cell divides, forming two new cells or daughter cells. The exact same way a hologram can be broken into millions of parts and each one is the same, so it is with cells. And then, my child, there are others just live with you, never bothering you at all. The first plant life or simple plants that began as one cell organism of the class known today as bacteria and algae. These originated in water, yet their structure and composition enabled them to exist in all types of environments and conditions. Algae has bodies composed of single cell. Algae accounts for 90% of the world's photosynthesis. Bacteria are found everywhere in water, air, soil, your bodies, and food. Many of them are helpful and necessary for your physical existence. They are also used in decomposition and dissolving of solid waste. Then you have the virus. A virus is a microscopic organism that has an exceedingly simple structure composed of a nucleic acid and protein. In the case of some of the viruses that live in bacteria and animal cells, this nucleic acid is generally DNA, deoxyribonucleic acid. In the virus that cause illness, cause diseases of plants, the nucleic acid is usually RNA ribonucleic acid. A virus lives in the cell of another living thing. Although viruses are small and simple, they are a major cause of disease. Some viruses infect human beings with diseases. Others infect animals or plants, and still others attack bacteria. Viruses produce diseases in an organism by damaging some of its cells. However, viruses sometimes live in cells without harming them. Most viruses reproduce in specific cells of certain organisms. Viruses are Earth's means of defense when attacked.